halftime show for the Super Bowl in 2022. Isn't it so cool? She's from Kenya. Her name is Elsa, and she's so funny. Oh my God, I love her. So I hope you guys are gonna enjoy watching a video that I found for you. And this is our event for today. And thank you for joining us. And we'll start with our first video.
Sophia, the robot, is in Ethiopia as a guest at the second International ICT Expo organized by the Ethiopian government. The robot is an artificial intelligence marvel and bears parts developed in Ethiopia. CGTN's Gurum Chala has more.
This International ICT and Communications Expo aims at bringing innovators and the public together to herald the advancements in technology. Players in the information and communications sector from Ethiopia and the rest of the world were here, and works on display include drones and robots. But it is Sophia the robot who is attracting the spotlight. She is significant for Ethiopia because software engineers from here have built most of her parts.
Yeah, the very basic objective of bringing Sophia here in Ethiopia as Ethio Telecom is most of her parts, inner parts, the software parts have been developed by Ethiopians company called Icoglabs. So this is a very basic objective for us, for Ethiopia, for Ethio Telecom to bring Sophia here in Ethiopia.
Sophia even met Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed and said she is happy to be in Ethiopia.
It is a great pleasure to finally be visiting Ethiopia. The programmers at Icoglabs who helped Hanson Robotics build my software have always told me what an amazing country it is.
Many, especially the young who visited this expo, were thrilled by the experience of meeting this humanoid robot. She has inspired most of them.
I am so happy. I've seen on YouTube what Sophia has been doing in other countries. I was in disbelief until this moment. Now, I'm even inspired.
We as Ethiopians are very excited that Sophia is here. People came here to see her from all parts of the country. She has motivated many of us to innovate.
What has surprised me was her skill of speech. She can respond with the same language after hearing several languages. Because of her creators, I've learned that we humans can do just about anything and everything.
Here in Ethiopia, the development of IT and communications sector has been given attention for quite some time. The government now wants to achieve more, and so Ethiopia will increase support to nurture an innovation ecosystem and create opportunities for the brightest young people of the country. CGTN, Addis Ababa.
Do you guys see the lady right here? That's Bethlehem. We're gonna see more about her later, but I just wanted to let you know that she was one of the coder who worked on Sophie, and it is so cool that she's Ethiopian and she is so young. I think she is only 24, I believe, but when she was working on it, she was even younger than that. So you guys, coding is really the language of the future, and so I'm so happy that you guys are all learning. Yeah. Robotics, yes, Atote.
Why does her face look so real, but then on the back side you can completely tell she's a robot?
What? Maybe they finished the aesthetics on the front, and they might have to do some work on the back. But that's where they coded, right? In the back, they need to have access to connect her to the computer whenever they're working on it, or that's where she's gonna get upgrades and stuff like that done. So they need access to her back. But it was a good observation.
Can't they like put some hair?
Her up on Google, and I searched up with hair, and she had braids.
Nice. Okay, then we'll start with our presentation. Go ahead, Atuti.
Chenwa Achebe by Atuti. Who was Chenwa Achebe? Chenwa was a Nigerian novelist. He was also one of the most famous African writers, but he was very famous for his book called Things Fall Apart that he published in 1958. But since he had published 4 novels in a series of short books. Early years. Chenwa Achebe was born in Nigeria, Odi, November 15, 1930. He had 5 siblings, and his parents were Isaiah Oxford Achebe and Janet Ilgubunam. At Chenwa's time, the British government controlled Nigeria. That forced his parents to leave their traditional culture. Chenwa was raised as a Christian, but he was very curious about the traditional Nigerian faith. When he was older, he was educated at a government college in High, Nigeria, and graduated from the University College at Ibadan, Nigeria in 1954. The accident. Chenwa Achebe went back to Nigeria, his hometown, to celebrate his 16th birthday. He was in a terrible accident on one of Nigeria's most dangerous roads. That made him so he could not move waist and below. He also got a wheelchair. That's why in most pictures he's in a wheelchair. What does Chenwa Achebe write about? The only purpose of Chenwa Achebe writing the book Things Fall Apart was because he wants to educate his readers to know the true meaning as an African and being a part of the culture. But Things Fall Apart is about giving the readers a vision of the Igbo community right before the white missionaries' invasion on their land. How he died. The last book of Chenwa Achebe published was There Was a Country, a personal history of Barifa. How did Chenwa die? Chenwa Achebe died of a short illness on March 21, 2013 in Boston, United States. Personal life. Chenwa Achebe was married to Christy on September 10, 1961. They had 3 children. The oldest daughter, named Chinilo, was born on July 11, 1962. Then they had a son named Ikuchuwu, born on December 3, 1964. And the youngest child, Chidi, was born on May 24, 1967. When it was time for their kids to be attending school in Lagos, their parents became worried about the school because they were mostly white and the books were about false life in Africa. So in 1966, Chenwa published his first children's book, Chike in the River. After that, Chenwa felt less worried. His achievements. In Chenwa Achebe's life, he won over 30 honorary degrees from universities in Nigeria, Canada, and South Africa, and a few more. Some of the awards he won are the Commonwealth Poetry Prize, the American Academy of Arts and Letters Prize, and loads more. But in 2004, Chenwa Achebe refused to accept the Order of the Federal Republic Award. But then again, Chenwa Achebe was awarded the Order of the Federal Republic Award again in 2011, but he refused again. But did Chenwa Achebe win the Nobel Peace Prize? No, Chenwa Achebe did not receive the Nobel Peace Prize. Thank you for listening.
Okay, Robin.
Menelik II. Who was Menelik? Menelik II, 13 August 1844, 12 December 1930, was Emperor of Ethiopia from 1889 until he died in 1930. Before he was Emperor of Ethiopia, he was King of Shawa. His wife, Tuapitata, whom he had married at East Mess in 1883, was crowned emperor 2 days after. Menelik. Emperor of Ethiopia. Menelik II is the founder of modern Ethiopia. Menelik worked to unveil the different regions and kingdoms of Ethiopia. The Battle of Adwa. On May 2, 1889, Menelik signed the Treaty of with the Italians. This Italian had two versions. One is Italian and other one is Amharic. Unknown to Menelik, the Italians believed they had tricked Menelik into give alliance to Italy. Battle of Adwa. To their surprise, upon learning about the change in translation import, Menelik II rejected the treaty. The Italians attempt to free him, but the refusal. The Italians transferred war and attempt to invade Ethiopia. Victory of Adwa. Battle of Adwa between Italy, Menelik, and the people of Ethiopia was March 1, 1896. Ethiopia won the Battle of Adwa. After Adwa, Menelik, Ethiopians was once accepted by the European powers as a free empire. Menelik later acted. His great modern electrification, telephone, and system, and the telegraph of a railway from Djibouti on the Gulf of Aden to Addis Ababa. Menelik got sick and he died in 1930. Thank you.
Good job, Robin. Good job. Awesome.
Great job. Great job. Thank you. You choose a very important person, actually. That's one of the biggest personalities in Ethiopia. By the way, do you know, guys, all of you, why he is called Minilik the Second?
No,
Anyone? Can you guess?
I think I know.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it because his dad's name is Minilik?
That's a good guess.
Can I guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's because like there's like one Menelik who was an emperor before, and then there's like he's the second one. Like there used to be one Queen Elizabeth, and now there's a second Queen Elizabeth.
Yep.
Awesome. Good job, Robin. I really like Menelik because I think he was, his wife was also the one who named Addis Ababa, the capital city of Ethiopia, Addis Ababa. And he has done so much for Ethiopia, right? Not only for Ethiopia, but if you guys remember the first week, we were discussing about Pan-Africanism, and he inspired, like, since he was the one who stood to European powers and said, you know, we're gonna fight, we're not gonna surrender to you, and we're not gonna play by your rule. And he stood up to them and he defeated them. So this inspired people all across Africa that they can also fight the colonizers. So he was an important person and he was our king. So nice. Thank you so much, Robin. Okay, Hundao, it's your turn. Go ahead.
Black History Month, Willie Ori by Hundal Dula. When was Willie Ori born? Willie Ori was born October 15, 1935, and he grew up in New Brunswick. What was Willie Ori's favorite sport? His favorite sport is hockey, and he played hockey for 20 years. How old is he? He's 86 years old. How many children do he has? I searched, but I couldn't get it. Did Willie Ori retire? On what day? The answer is yes, he did retire in 1979, and the retirement was in his team. Reconnaissance, grassroots
Movement
organization, his hometown of Fredericton and B family. Sparked Willie nomination and induction into the Hockey Hall of Fame, a body builder of the game in 2018. The end.
Good job. Nice.
Thank you, Hundal.
Nice. Good job, Hundaol. Do you guys have any question for Hundaol? Yes, Sami.
Why did you pick Willie Ori? Because I heard about his story. His story was sad. Like he was like someone like someone told him he can't play hockey, and like I wanted to present him.
ለምንድን ነው ኦዲዮሪን የመረጥከው? ብላክ ሂስትሪ መንዝ ስለሆነ ለምን እንደመረጠ ይንገረን።
I picked him because he was a great guy and some white people was judging him because of his color of his skin. And I was very sad about his story.
And that people weren't happy that he was black and he wanted to play ice hockey. And this goes to show you that your skin color doesn't say anything about what you can do and cannot do, right? You can do anything that you want. It doesn't matter whether you're yellow, white, black, it doesn't matter. Yes, Sami?
Yeah, it says Ethiopia invented ground hockey.
Yeah.
But England created ice hockey.
Video work for Zoom as well.
Thank you. That was Nati, right?
Yep.
Thank you. I like that you're sharing your experiences. Can everyone see my screen now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, good. Okay, so we'll try it this way. I hope that it works throughout the presentation. So the topic, as I mentioned, that I wanted to talk to everyone about is Black History Month, but also the idea of Black Future Month, which is something that is gaining some popularity right now. And I'll explain what that means coming up in the next few slides. And then also I wanted to echo the video we just saw recently, which shows us what youth are doing and young innovators are doing as far as what their contribution is to the current times, but also the future. So can anyone tell me what history is? Do you know what history, the definition of history, or why we study history in general, like in school, and what it means?
I think I know.
It's in the past, like something like that. It's in the past and stuff, and then we talk about that. So
that's exactly right. Sorry, I can't see your name.
I think that's Baruch.
Baruch, thank you.
I think
that is correct. So that's anything that's happened in the previous time. So anything, for example, something that happened yesterday is history, right? So the definition that I found here for you is that history is the study of change over time, and it covers all aspects of human society. So that includes political, social, economic, scientific, anything with technology, medical, cultural, intellectual, religious, and also military developments are all part of our history. And with that being said, I wanted to look at the history of Black History Month. So how did Black History Month begin? Especially in Canada, because when I was doing this presentation for you, I got curious myself. I said, when did Black History Month begin in Canada? I don't remember learning that in school myself. So I'm going to show you guys a short video of showing us the history of Black History Month and how it all began here in Canada, okay? Let me know if the sound is good.
I can't hear it. Not sharing. You have to share screen sound.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah.
You have to stop sharing and then share again, but this time you have to click on the bottom left corner. It'll say share screen sound. So when you click share screen, there's going to be in the bottom corner, left corner, There's gonna be
Okay.
share sound. You click it and then share.
Oh, got it. Okay, thank you. I'm learning so much from you guys.
Yeah, well,
Here we
they
go.
are learning coding, right? You thought that
Oh
they
my
did not
goodness,
have, they
yeah.
have coding classes, right?
You guys are amazing.
They are smart.
Okay, let's try it again. So let's see if the sound works this time. Let's see. Is it any better?
No.
No?
No, we can't.
It's because she has it muted. At the top of the screen, it shows a mute button. She has it muted.
Okay. So here we go. So we defined what history is, right? Can everyone see this?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, perfect. And then, so right now, what I wanted to talk about is the present. So right now, what's happening in our society with Black youth and the future, what's coming up ahead. And I wanted to also talk about youth activism, specifically with in terms of like what you know now, what's going on in Ethiopia. I was just wondering if any of you knew what activism means. Might be a new word for you.
I think I know.
Go ahead.
Is it something to do with politics?
Yeah, that's a good guess. It can be some to do with politics. Activism is any action you take to affect social change. So it could be for political reasons. So let's say you don't agree with what's going on here in Canada and you want to voice your concerns. You can be active. You can be an activist. Participation can be through political means. You can vote. You can voice your opinion that way, or you can go and protest. So that's a good one. Sammy, thank you for sharing that. Activism, as I said, is any action you take. So it could be a petition you sign, anything that supports a social change. Okay. And I wanted to give you guys some examples of young youth activists that are Black or African and what they have been able to do in terms of their contribution. And this is Habon Ali. She's a Toronto resident. She's currently, I believe, 22, but at a younger age, she started actively becoming involved in her local political movement in an area of Toronto called Rexdale. And what she did is she became like a community member. She joined clubs that help other, she's Somali originally. And so she joined other groups that help in doing activities in their communities. So whether it's like fundraising, like I mentioned, or if they gather together to discuss what's going on back in Somalia. She became actively involved, and which led her to pursue a career in politics. And she's been an active youth advisor for our Prime Minister, Trudeau. And she's continuously contributing to through other social initiatives. And that's one example of social activism. So she started young with her own community locally, and she's now trying to grow that through her involvement with the Prime Minister. So that's one example. Another one youth I found in Canada is a young man named Cameron Davis. He is also a Toronto native, and his involvement with activism started with the Black Lives Matter movement. I know some of you are familiar with that. I remember from Dr. Thomas's presentation, a few of you had given an understanding of what Black Lives Matter is. So what he did is he gave a speech at a local protest, explaining what it feels like to be a Black Canadian youth living in Canada. And through that speech, it got a lot of attention. He posted it on YouTube and it got like thousands of views, and it created an awareness on the experience of Black Canadian youth specifically. And from then on, he has continued to join various organizations that encourage youth activism. There's actually summits specifically for youth activists who want to get involved, whether it's for climate change or for political movements, or if, let's say, there's a women's rights, any cause that you feel are passionate about, there are actually organizations that encourage youth to participate and give the platform to help you organize. Like, say if you want to create an association in your school, like a club for a common cause that you feel strongly about, they help you learn the tools, how to organize and how to achieve your goal. So that's another example of a youth that I wanted to share with you. And the last person I wanted to bring to your attention is a young girl. She's 9 years old and her name is Kyra Milan Brown. And she's originally from Montreal. I believe she still resides there. And I came across her when I was researching young activists or young Black youth that are, you know, achieving big things. And what I read about her, there's a quote about that I put here because I thought it was good for you guys to hear. And then I'll give you a bit of her history. So she wants to inspire other kids and other young girls like her, that it's not only grown-ups that do everything. So kids can play a big part and do a lot as well. That's a quote that I found in an article from CBC. And the reason why they were interviewing her is because she started a movement for embracing her natural hair. Can anyone tell me what natural hair means, or what comes to mind? Yeah, go ahead, Sammy. I see you. I'm not sure if anyone else has their hand up.
I have a question. It's not about, I don't want to answer. How old is the other guy? My internet, did you say it or I didn't hear it?
This guy?
Yeah, Cameron, yeah.
Yes.
How old is he?
Oh, he is 15. Yeah.
And
I think at the time that he made the speech, maybe he was 13, or it was a couple of years ago.
Yeah. And I think I have an answer for the natural hair.
Okay, go ahead.
Is natural hair like you don't like you know what I mean? I didn't say anything. How do you know what I mean?
You can guess.
I don't know how to explain it.
Can I try?
When you don't put some, what are they called when people
Extensions.
Yeah,
You like the hair where it is. Like, you think it's perfect for you. Like, you like the way it is. You don't want to change it.
Exactly, Nati. So there's a big movement and it's called the natural hair movement. And it's for everyone to embrace their hair in its natural state. So that means without putting chemicals to straighten it. Am I echoing again?
No.
I think I'm
No,
okay.
I think that was somebody else.
Okay, so it's exactly what you said. So embracing your hair as it is, the way that it comes out of your head, basically. And this young girl, Kira, she started a YouTube page doing exactly that. So showing people how to embrace their hairs, what products to use that are safe and gentle to maybe help them style their hair, but not necessarily change, its entire, the way that it comes out or the way that it looks. So it's a big movement, and it's good for young girls, especially to see that, because I remember being a young girl coming here in Canada, and not a lot of people had curly hair in my class. So I wanted to have straight hair like everyone else. And at the time there was not much representation. So representation means you don't see a lot of images like yourself in the media or in you know, on TV or on kids shows. If I'm seeing all the time like beautiful girls with straight hair, I will want maybe to look like that. But nowadays, at your generation, you're very lucky. There's a lot of youth that are, or there's a lot of images that are out there that help you embrace your natural hair and your natural, like, embrace your color and find yourself beautiful, basically. However, you know, many shades of color that we come in and different hair that we have, right? And this young girl did exactly that. And her videos are very entertaining. She's only 9 now, but she started a few years ago. She started when she was 7. And her mother helped her, of course, to videotape the YouTube videos, but she also is her manager. So now what they've done from those videos, they noticed there was a lot of people that were interested. So they started a business of selling natural hair products. And that business is doing very well for her. So now she's a young businesswoman who, you know, shares her inspiration, her videos, and her products now are sold to Canada and the US. So that was another example that I wanted to share with you of someone who's very young and yet is doing a lot in terms of inspiring and generation. Unfortunately, due to the sound, I unfortunately won't be able to show them. But what I can do is I can share them with Uncle Samu, and he might be able to show you guys at a later time. But the videos are primarily from, it's a source that I actually want you to know about. It's the CBC Kids News. And I have found that they have a lot of very informative videos that are for kids and they're made by kids.
Maybe you should try one more time. Try clicking the play button.
Let's try. Doesn't hurt to try, right? So I wanted to show you guys the first video, which is actually the other one. Hold on. It's not this one, it's the other one. But we can try this one just to see. Yeah. This is where it says muted, right? But it won't let me unmute.
Did you click the play button? Oh yeah.
Sorry?
Oh, it doesn't. Yeah, you can't hear.
Yeah, it's a good video. It's not that, you know, the entire video is about 10 minutes. So I can also just share it to someone in the group now if you want. But it's something that you can watch at a later time. But those are the few people and the few ideas that I wanted to bring to your attention and to discuss. But I did want to ask you your opinions. So when you hear of Black future, what do you think, what comes to your mind when you hear that term? Okay, so what I'm understanding from what you said is to expose other people to Black cultures and Black people, like show other people what Black people look like and their contributions. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Okay. That's a good point, and that is the purpose of, I think, the new movement of Black future, is to sort of focus on the representation moving forward and the contributions that are being made towards the present and the coming years ahead. Specifically in technology, like you saw the girls coding, and any other sector that is, you know, important to our society. And the reason why I wanted to bring that idea into your minds is just to, sometimes what happens with Black History Month is that it becomes the one time of the year that we think about contributions of people in the past, and then it gets left there. And sometimes it doesn't help us move forward as far as like what's happening now and what can I get involved with. Maybe if I look up, you know, what youth are doing in my community, or what you know, what the future looks like, looking at technology, like I said, like coding. There's just so many things that are happening that you can get inspired to join. And as you saw, age is not always a determining factor. So you should never limit yourself because of your age to either get involved or to participate in anything you're passionate about.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Tsion. That was very inspiring.
Thank you for being so patient with all the technical difficulties.
Oh, we have the
used
Sammy,
to it.
our assistant.
Somebody said we're used to it.
Sammy. It's a good practice. Sammy's gonna be a good technical support guy. Like, you're on point. You can give people guidance very well. I like it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sammy.
I have found that video of that small girl. It's just 1 minute.
You want to show it? Okay.
Yeah, I think so, because I mean, she's 9 and she seems to be really very determined, right? So
yeah,
and hair is a big issue, right, in the Black community, I think. And people should be proud of their natural hair. They don't need to imitate white hair, right? So you can be, you know, like the afro that Samira has. It's, I mean, that's the style we had when I was young, right? I still love it. It's so beautiful, right? You look better with that, and you make statement about it. So yeah, so let me share that one for you guys. It will take just, I think it's about 1 minute.
Yes, yeah.
And let's see what happens, right? So I hope it works. I think I have to listen to Sami. When I share, I have to share first the audio, right? The sound.
Yeah.
I just forgot that. All right, let's try. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, you can.
It's too big. I don't know why, but can you hear her?
No.
You can zoom out.
No.
How do I do that zoom?
Like, are you on a mouse?
Hey, go up. You didn't put the.
Are you on a mouse? Are you like using a mouse or a laptop?
Yeah, I'm using
Did
a
you
mouse.
see the full
So
screen?
Like PC or like a laptop?
Next to it, it's muted. Next to
the story of
Yeah,
it
next to it. That's
is that okay now?
No.
video
Yeah, you have
is
to.
muted.
There's
There's a boy.
Guys, one at a time, okay?
Yeah, let somebody else.
Oh, it's muted. Sorry.
The consistency. Here's my first time using Design Essential products, and watch until the end, they don't disappoint. First, I always start with freshly washed hair. This shampoo is amazing. A little goes a long way. Next is conditioning time. When applying this mask, work in sections and comb through. This step is optional. I love to add heat with my steamer. Makes me feel fancy. Now leaving conditioner. I add this after washing out the mask. The consistency and smell is amazing. Left my hair so moisturized. Here's where I disappeared, and now I'm back with the back of my hair done. Mousse time. I like to work on stretched hair. I apply 1 squirt of mousse, brush my section flat, then roll the flex rod upwards, flat and tight. And now it's time to go on the dryer. But since this video is only 1 minute long, I disappear again, and boom, I'm back with my hair did. Yes, curls. It's definitely Design Essential products for me. They work amazing and smell great. Bye.
Wow. Such an amazing advertisement in a very short time, right?
Very. She's a great speaker, and all of the interviews I've seen from the different articles, she is very confident, and her personality is huge, and her mother recognized that in her at a young age. So she encouraged her to pursue it, and that also speaks to the importance of parents to recognize something that your child is maybe showing you an interest or a direction towards, and to nurture it, encourage it. And she's taken over now. She has so many videos, and is very popular on Instagram, especially. Yeah.
And she has a business.
Exactly. So it started out as just informational videos, but then when they saw the attraction of people watching, they were very smart. So what they did is they just they put their name, like I think it's called curly coils is the name they go by, on an existing, natural hair product that you can just order like in a large amount. And so they put their labels on it, and that became now their brand, and that's what they sell, is styling products and shampoos, conditioners that are not damaging to our hair textures.
Wow. So you guys, there is no limit, right? The sky is the limit for you guys as well. She's just 9 and has already a product and a business. Good
And
job.
it starts usually from the different youth that I've been researching. It always starts often with a personal experience. So it doesn't have to mean that you have to find the next better product, but it can be whatever you're experiencing. It's good to pay attention to the solutions you're finding and to see if that's something that you can innovate and bring to others. And that can be a product, or it can be an idea, it can be a movement, right? So it's good to see that in young people.
Great, thank you so much, Tsion.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thanks. Yes, Muley, go ahead.
እሺ አመሰግናለሁ። እኔ ሐሳቤን በደንብ ለመግለጽ በአማርኛው ልናገር። እኔ በጣም እናመሰግናለን ጽዮን። ይሄ ቶፒክ በጣም ለልጆቻችን በጣም አስፈላጊ ነው። ስፔሻሊ ትምህርት ቤት ላይ ቲኔጀር እድሜ ላይ ሲደርሱ በጣም የሚጠቁት በእንደዚህ አይነት ነገር ነው። ስፔሻሊ ጸጉር የኛ ልጆች ያላቸውን እነሱ የላቸውም፣ እነሱ ያላቸውን እኛ ሊኖረን አይችልም። እና ይሄንን ነገር ፕሊስ እንደው ከተቻለ አንድ ፕሮግራም ተይዞ በደንብ አድርጎ ለልጆቹ ጥሩ የሆነ ፕሮግራም ስፔሻሊ የዚህ ጸጉር ነገር እና ቆዳ እንኳን ብዙ እንትን አይላቸውም፣ ግን ጸጉር ላይ ብዙ ጊዜ ሲናገሩ ስለምሰማም ነው። እና ፕሮግራም ተይዞ እንትን ቢባል በጣም ደስ ይለኛል። ጥሩ እንትን ነው፣ በጣም አስፈላጊም ነው። በጣም ብዙ ጊዜ ትንሽ ልምድም ከፋሚሊም ትንሽ እድሜያቸው ከአለፉት ልጆች የሰማነውም ነገር ስላለ እነዚህኞቹም በእንደዛ አይነት ነገር እንዳይጎዱ እንደዚህ አይነት ነገር ፕሮግራም ተይዞ ሰፋ ያለ ፕሮግራም እና ጥሩ እንትን ቢሰጣቸው በዚሁ አጋጣሚ ለመጠየቅ ነው። በጣም ነው የማመሰግነው። ጥሩ እንትን ነው፣ አሪፍ ነው። አመሰግናለሁ።
Thank you, Muley. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say thank you, Muley, la suggestion. Arif.
Yes, thank you for sharing that. But I'm Arif ሀሳብ ነው። እኔም እንዳልኩት እኔም በልጅነቴ እንደዚህ አይነት ነገሮች ባይኖሮ ትንሽ ሀሳቤን ይቀይር ነበር ስለ ራሴን ጸጉር፣ ስለ መልኬን ወይም እንዴት እንደምመስል። ሌሎች ልጆች እንደዚህ ራሳቸውን እየወደዱ ጸጉራቸውን የሴሌብሬት እያደረጉ ማየት ትልቅ encouragement ነው እና it's a great idea to include it in to have more of this available for the youth. It would be good.
የሙሌ ጥያቄ እኮ እንግዲህ አሁን ላንቺ ነው። ወደፊት እንዲህ አይነት ፕሮግራም አዘጋጅተሽ ልጆቹን በተለይ ሴቶቹን ወንዶችንም ጭምር ማድረግ ትችያለሽ ወይ? ሰፋ ያለ ፕሮግራም በደንብ ተዘጋጅተሽበት። ምክንያቱም ራሱን የቻለ እሱን እኮ ነው የጠየቀኝ።
እኔ እኮ አስተሳሰቡን እንደዚሁ ያደርግ No, I mean
no, ሐሳቡ ያው ነው። ጋይሰሙም እንዳለው ሰፋ ያለ ፕሮግራም ይዘሽ እንደው አንድ ቀን እንትኑ በጣም አሪፍ ነው፣ አስፈላጊ ነገር ነው። ሞር ሰፋ ያለ ነገር ያስፈልገዋል።
No, I would be willing. I would be willing በአማርኛ ፈቃደኛ ነኝ እንደዚህ በዚህ ቶፒክ ላይ I would love to. ጥሩ ሐሳብ ነው እና I wish በዙም ባይሆን አሪፍ ነበር፣ ግን እኔ ቶሮንቶ ነኝ። እንደዚህ አሁን hopefully ትንሽ ነገሮች ሲከፋፈቱ የኮቪድ ነገር ሲከፋፈት እንደዚህ ቁጭ ብለን ለማወራረት ነገር አሪፍ ነው ቢኖር፣ ግን በዙምም ቢሆን I would be happy to do it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
ኦኬ እናመሰግናለን ጽዮን። ያው እንግዲህ ሰሚራ አንድ ቀን አንድ ፕሮግራም አዘጋጅታ ኮሙኒኬት አድርጋችሁ ስፔሻል ፕሮግራም እናዘጋጃለን በፀጉር ጉዳይ። ጥሩ ሀሳብ ነው ሙሌ፣ ቴንክ ዩ ለሀሳብ።
ያ ሰሚራ ኢሜይልን ሰጥሻለሁ ወይም ከጋሽ ሰሙ ተቀበዩና let's communicate, let's do it.
አሪፍ በጣም ደስ ይላል። like I am so happy to talk about hair all day, every day, because I remember in university people always ask me, I either had it like an afro or a twist out thing, not because I wanted to be, you know, all natural, because it was easier for me. Because do you know how expensive it is to get our hair braided here? It's like $200, and I am not that rich, so always it's the cheapest option for me to have my hair as it is. And people would be like, hey, why don't you get it done or get it straightened? And I'm like, but my hair defies gravity and it grows upwards. Your hair just goes down. Mine just stands up. So why would I do anything to it? It's amazing as it is. So I would love to talk about hair one day with you, Tsion, and I'm sure all of you would love that. So yeah, that will be an interesting discussion for us. And thank you everyone for being here, and thank you so much, Tsion, for joining us today. We'll have our final event on Friday next week, so I hope all of you can join us. So Liana is doing her presentation and she has poem for us, so it's gonna be an amazing night. Yeah, that was a surprise. Maybe I ruined it, I don't know, but there's a poem, so we should all come and join us at 7, same place. And yeah, thank you so much everyone, and have a good night.